Lately, I've been thinking about how dependent we really are on God, whether we know it or not, and that we can really take refuge in Him and trust in Him and just be grateful to know that He is there watching out over us. We don't have to be afraid. We don't have to be ungenerous. Not saying that we should be irresponsible, but that we can totally trust in Him. There were a couple of readings today that, one was a story, I think it was Elijah, that was looking for something to drink, and he asked somebody for a drink, and it was a widow who had nothing. She went to go get him some water, and then he asked her to get him a cake or some bread or whatever, and she said, all I have left is a handful of flour, and I was gonna die after that. Me and my son were gonna die after we ate it. I was just getting ready to cook that up, and he said, okay, well, go ahead and get me a cake first, and don't worry about it. And so she trusted him, knowing that he is a man of God. Knew she was going to die anyways, I guess, but thinking she was going to die anyways. Trusted in him, trusted in God, and went ahead and just did what she needed to do, brought him what he asked for, and that never ran out. That flour never ran out for a whole year. And then the gospel today was about the woman who only gave her two little coins, but it was the last of what she had to live on. So in both of these cases, these were widows giving the very last of what they had for God. And what I really got out of that is that whatever we do have to give, that God will bless it, that we can entrust whatever we have to Him. We can ask Him to tell us what our mission is, and then give whatever it is that we do have to that. And I think that we're all here to do something for the community, whether it be in a direct way or in an indirect way, but we all have something that we can contribute. And also the other image that I've been thinking about too is the one where the woman comes into the Pharisee's house where Jesus has been invited, and she is a sinner, and everybody knows she's a sinner, and she wasn't invited, and she walks right on in there and sees that nobody washed Jesus's feet, and she's crying, and she's pouring her tears out for him, well, I guess we don't really know exactly what's making her cry, but I was kind of thinking of it as, here she is, she knows how good He is, how forgiving He is, how He's the one probably person on the planet who's been kind to her, and He's not even being given the basic hospitality of being offered some water for His feet after traveling to this place. And she gives what she has. What she has is her tears. She gets down uncomfortable on the floor in front of all these people and pours her tears out, washes His feet, dries his feet with her hair, completely sacrificing her own comfort, doing this in front of all these people. And the point being of all of this, that there are numerous places in the Bible where it shows us that people giving what they had, just giving it out of love, giving it out of pure intention, trusting, giving, pouring out, how God treasures that, how Jesus treasured that. he completely treasured this woman, loving him so much more than anybody else in the room. And he completely treasured that poor widow, giving her last couple of coins. And God totally blessed that widow that gave her last bit of food to a man because he was wholly asking it of her. Anyway, you get the idea. Just whatever we have, we may think it's not enough. We may think it's nothing. We may be embarrassed. Who wouldn't be embarrassed by all these things? In a sense, just, 2 little coins, a handful of flour, my tears, my hair, on the ground as a sinner, just giving whatever it is. However, that's the most precious gift of all to God. What we give, even when we don't think it's enough, and trusting it to God. God loves us, and He loves that. So, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever you're feeling, just know that if you have a desire to give your love to God in some way, anything that you do, He will love it. Whatever it is, whatever you give sincerely out of love for Him. And if you're struggling with even knowing how to feel that love, it's not necessarily so much a feeling as it is a decision and also a grace. So you can ask God to give you the grace. You can even, practice gratitude, which encourages us to feel the feelings that go along with that, And anyways, whatever it is, just know that you are precious to God, and you can give whatever you have, and He will be grateful to you. So, yeah, He just totally loves you, and He's longing for your love. He's longing for you to even just look in His direction with love. So, know that you are loved, and have a wonderful day.